Hey everybody, welcome back to Safe Haven Valley Railroad Workbench. Today we are just doing a catch up on this kitbash, Goober's Feed, and the barn. Been a very busy week this last week, very tiring week, but yesterday was a very pleasant day because I actually got to sit and do pretty much nothing yesterday, which allowed me to get caught up and a lot done really on this project. Um, and so I'm gonna go through with kind of how where we're at and what we're doing, and um, kind of go on from there. So, um, last I said I had to do the trim work and the roofing and all that. Well, I got that done. So on this building here, this wonderful building, I still got the striping for the tar paper roofing for this piece, but the roofing has turned out for the most part pretty darn good. I love how it turned out. It's a bit shiny. Well, I was kind of intentional on this one because I was thinking, if these are cedar, sometimes the pitch and sap stays in the cedar. Not always, but there are pieces that have sap and shininess to them, and so I decided just to kind of do a little bit of a shininess to it, and as well. But overall, I got the eave trim in, and that looks pretty darn good. There's this side. That looks pretty good. And this built part of the building is mostly complete. And then I went ahead and I got this whole section all together. It's glued. It's all done. Oops. I still have the awning to put on for the barn side. And then a lot of the small, I'm adding some details to this. So I gotta take time and work with those because I've never really monkeyed with detail parts other than chimneys. So on this, this is how it is turning out. Looks pretty good. I got the roofing on there. It looks really good. Got a little bit of cleanup to do here in the corner. And then I gotta brush down this whole building because I got a little bit of glue. I have a bristle brush that will pop anything off that doesn't need to be there. But yeah, I got the door in here, which actually goes to sit right there. This end will sit right there, which is why I did not do eave trim here, but I did do a little eave trim here, and all that. And then on the back side, I did a little bit of metal work on here, by the way. So on the back side of that, I did some. See if I can get this to come in real good for you here. There is the metal work I did for the little bump out on the back side of this building. And that was a fun process to do, to get it to look like this level of rust. I mean, there's shininess to it, but there's still rust to it. That looks pretty good. Let's see if I can zoom. Darn it. Wrong button. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Had to see my face. So yeah, do you see all the rust in that, and still the shininess to that? That just turned out phenomenal. And I have all the products here to show you what I did to do it. And I did it all at once. I didn't really allow it to dry a whole lot. I did one sheet and then I went to the other and then came back and forth, and it was just enough time to let all that the alcohol evaporate, and it did mix and it did turn and everything else. So there is that detail. And whatnot. And then came over here, just again, the back side, there's a window. You can see the trim under there. I didn't do trim. I'm not doing trim on this one because either end is covered. There's not really a whole lot of room between the eave and the windows, so I'm not doing anything there. I got to still do a little work on this piece here to get it tied in with the rest of the building. And then once I get that all done, I can then turn around and just marriage this whole thing together. And it'll probably look something pretty close to like that. Figured about that, if you know what I mean. So, it's all good. I just think that this has been a fun build overall. I'm getting to the point where I'm doing detail parts. I'm going to move this up out of the way for a moment. I just finished today. I got the smokestacks, the pipes primed with just Krylon Shorts primer for crafts. I did that. And then I went and got the tank all primed up as well. So I'm also going to be putting in, I think I'm going to look and try my hand at them. I've never done them, but they are the, I'm going to add some, maybe a light or two to this kit. Maybe one over here on the barn, and then maybe I'll put one above the door, and then maybe, I was thinking about maybe one over here or something, you know, just adding some external character that draws the eye to, oh, there's action here, they have a light here, there's things going on, you know, that kind of thing. So that's where we're at on this build. It's coming along great. Still got some things to do to it before we're even done with it. I want to add to it to make it even more, and just kind of give it an all-out great effort. This is the first major kit bash I've done as far as kit and versus kit, adding them together. So I love how it's turning out. So I want to go over real quick kind of what I did to get the look on the metal. So I don't have any metal on hand, and I promise I will do a how-to video later on what I did for this to achieve that look. But I'm going to show you the products that I used, and I'm very pleased to say that I used a mix of AK and Hunter Line, and then I also used Apple Barrel to achieve my look that I was going for. So what I did is I didn't even primer anything on the sheeting. I just didn't primer it. I wanted some of that sheen of the metal to show through, to show character, that there is still good metal underneath. It just has a lot of age to it with the rust. So what I did is I first took this crusted rust deposits, and I just dabbed it on with my paper towel. That's all I did. I just randomized it, and that worked well. And then what I did is I then came across with rust streaks. And then what I did with that is I dabbed some and I wiped off what I could, and then I just dabbed it all over like I did with my paper towel to get the same effect as the rust streaks. Then once I did that, I added a third layer. A third layer happened to be just the acrylic paint of Red Barn from Apple Barrel. I did the same thing as the other stuff, just to give it a mix. And then I let that dry. And then the last two layers I added was from Hunterline. I went through and I added, I first went through with I went through with the layer of Barn Red stain, weathering stain. And I did just little, because this stuff just spreads out, and it mixed everything on there perfectly, and it kind of made everything kind of a cool color. Then once I I just used my brush, just kind of using my brush on this with almost no stain in the brush. And then after that was done, I went through and I added some raw sienna from Hunterline as the top coat. And I did that and let it dry, and this is the outcome. This was the outcome right here. It's pretty cool. It showed a lot of character and color and shades. I mean, you got a lot, like, a lot's there in just a little area. I mean, to me it says it plain and day as day. So yeah, that was my process, and the stuff I used in the order that I used it. I went back and I actually added right at the end, right before I did the Hunterline stuff, I added another layer of crested rust deposits over all the other stuff, and then I did Barn Red and then raw sienna. So I did have 2 layers of the crested rust stuff. And then I let it fully dry overnight, and then I went and cut up my pieces and installed them, and it turned out great, and everything like that. So that is where we are on this project. I am very pleased to say that we are doing great. I just can't get enough of how fun this project is. There's a lot that does come up when you are trying to move kits around and merge them together. There are, like, the window seals here. Next time I will put these on very last, because they do have a tendency of keep coming off. Just from bumping them, they just pop off, that kind of thing. But yeah. And then on the roofing, I did use Hunterline driftwood as my choice of weathering for the roof. I think it really has pulled the roofing together. And then pretty much I have the tar paper roofs that's on this side of the building, and the one that's on the back side of the barn here. I got that left to do. I'm really trying to think of how I want to finish that off. Kind of, sort of. But yeah, I'm starting to think about my little detail parts. I do have my stove pipes, and I do have my propane tank. I'm probably gonna do this thing. I'm probably gonna go ahead and do this thing in white. It's either white, or I'll do it in kind of a reddish color, and then I'll add some rustiness to it. either way. I haven't really fully set on the color, but I do have it primed, ready to go. Chances are I probably will be going with a white propane tank, being that that is a typical color for propane tanks. Um, and then I will just, rust it up and everything like that, accordingly. And then there's the bottom piece right here that just makes it even more interesting because it's the foundation. So I gotta not only think of white on here, but I also got to think about the base color, whether it's sitting on stone, on an older stone foundation, or maybe make it brown for a wood foundation, or I might maybe it's still a steel. I haven't really got to that point yet. A lot goes into the detail parts as aspect, so I've only got them primed and ready to go. I'm still working on here. The detail parts are going to be the last thing to go on. Even the stovepipes are going to go on. I just don't want to deal with them and right up front. So that's pretty much that. I do have an update on Ronnie's this time around. Let's bring Ronnie's out here for a moment. Even though I didn't really get too much done on it because it's been crazy, I am still working on the stairs. These stairs are like a pain in the butt. So I'm taking my time with them. I am going to put them together. I'm not going to use them on Ronnie's. Instead, I got some of Frank's 3D printed stairs. So let me zoom in on this so you can see it. These are the 3D stairs that I put on here. I had to trim them down to get the base to sit flat. So they should come down here right in front of the window. I'm going to have right here is going to be a rope that goes from this top to this top. And then I got all kinds of other stuff to do, such as the trim work and stuff like that. And then this one will be starting to head up to the finishing line. And I haven't really decided about the floating dock yet. I've decided that I don't know if that's something I want to add right now or just wait. So for now, I decided I'm just going to wait because I don't want it to break and get damaged because these are going to be boxed up. So I might add that detail. It's a floating dock. It's a very quick detail I can do. In a half hour I could have it all ready to go. So anywho, that's Ronnie's. That's the update on that. Not really much to say about it. It's just again, I'm liking how the stairs turned out, Frank. Stairs have turned out great. What did I use for the color of the stairs? Well, I used a color called Streaking Grime, and it was a great color. So I just painted it all in Streaking Grime. And they just turned out a great color. I think the contrast against the green and white really pop. Again, Frank, these are awesome. All I had to do is figure out where the flat part of the bottom sits on the bottom and trim it. And then I just primed. I didn't even really prime this. I just painted it. So, but normally I prime these and then paint them. They actually come out better. But I wanted to see how well it would work without it. These ones seem to do okay. So if you don't prime them, it goes either way, I think. But that's it for today, guys. Also wanted to let you know about Ronnie's in this. I just want to throw that update in there real quick because I haven't really had that project updated for a while. It's been on the back burner, so I've been working on this project and I like it. It's coming out pretty good. this project is gonna have some dairy cows, and a farm, like dairy cows out in a field, and then maybe a road that comes up in front, or whatever. So, uh, and then maybe eventually I might put a house over here for the scene. I don't know. This is an old dairy farm. This is Old Haven Dairy. So I got to find the right house to go along with this, Frank, because I'm going to be adding a residential home. These are just the barns, structures, you know, where whatever you decide to. So anyway, that's where we're at on this project. Just thanks for tuning in. Again, I just really love having fun with these projects, and this one, it was pretty good. They're both simple kits, and you can only move them around so much certain ways, because of the way the window structures are. But it's all good. Uh, uh it's just kind of how it turned out for me, and we're going with it. I mean, it's just, I can't believe how well of these are going together. It just keeps me going. So till next time, guys. You guys keep safe out there and enjoy the hobby. Love all the stuff you guys are posting. And just keep a good attitude. This hobby can be stressful at times, so make sure you take your breaks. I will see you guys sometime next week. Hopefully I'll get a video out. I'm not sure how this next week's going to go, so sometimes during this week I'll try to get another video out as I move forward, and make progress on the kit bash here. But for now, we're signing off. Take care, guys. I will see you later.